Hey there friends, hope life's treating you well. So welcome to Esports Declassified. Have you ever wanted to follow an esport, but can't even start to understand it? You're wanting to follow a particular game's competitive world maybe, but you don't play that game and can't understand a single word of what is being said on the broadcast. To those who can understand this, it's one of the most famous and arguably greatest plays in the history of competitive Dota 2. But to most people, it's a person yelling a bunch of incomprehensible garbage while lights flash over the screen. So, the goal of Esports Declassified is to try and breach the large brick wall of information that people have to push through before they even start to watch an esport. I'm an avid esport fan myself, and I've become increasingly aware of how necessary something like this is if esports are ever to continue their growth beyond just the player bases of their particular games. My plan is to do this in a couple of ways. First of all, each week I'll bring you an easily digestible news show that breaks down the goings-on in the world of esports over the previous week, keeping you up to date with everything that's happening across all the different games, whilst trying to avoid the information overload that too often puts people off. The second part of Esports Declassified is probably the more important one, at least to me. Every second week I'll be uploading, I'm going to call it for now a deep dive episode, but that might change, in addition to the usual weekly news. In these shows, I'll try and break down the esports jargon and help people to understand the games played, the popular esports genres, and the big tournaments. This show will live by the motto, Esports Made Easy. An answer to people's questions about esports without the terrifying knowledge barrier. If this show's successful, I might try and do it more regularly, but this is going to be where a lot of the production value is going into. So this is the one that I'm making every 2 weeks, so I can put a lot of effort into making sure it's really succinct and comes together nicely. I hope in the future that Esports Declassified will evolve beyond this even. Maybe into more complex topics, but always with the goal of helping people to understand an awesome industry that often has all too large a barrier to entry. I hope you'll join me for that journey, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. My name is Ben Argall, and I'm a lover of esports. I hope that this show will help you to love esports too.